Hey everybody, welcome to week 4 of Into the Wild League. I'm Wildcard, and with me is Itinerant Wizard. Itinerant, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well today. How about you, Wildcard?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm excited. It's fresh new week, and we got some new special restrictions that we're gonna have to do this week. So I'm excited to
Yeah,
see what the players are gonna bring, how creative they're gonna get.
some fun new deck building challenges this week, which I'm happy to talk about when we get there.
Sure, sure, sure. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
All right. So,
Yeah.
right, I guess we'll quickly go over the rules for anybody who is joining us for the first time. So, Into the Wild League uses rules that were originally established by the United Hearthstone League. And the basic format is we go in sort of 3 week cycles where every player has to play over the course of 3 weeks, all 9 classes. Each player chooses 3 classes, brings them to the first week, and then in subsequent weeks must choose their 3 classes from the classes they have not played yet. Each match is a best of 5 with no bans, so you have to win with each of the 3 classes you bring in order to win the match. Um, since this is week 4, it's the first week of a brand new block, so all players have all 9 classes available to them to build with. But to make things a little bit more interesting, dun dun dun, this week we have some deck building challenges. So this week, the players were required to bring one deck from each of the years that we have had in Hearthstone so far. So, for example, one deck has to be Year of the Kraken, one deck has to be Year of the Mammoth, and one deck has to be Year of the Raven, with a little bit of extra spice because, of course, we're wild. So, of course, classic and basic cards are available for all of the decks. So, in the Year of the Kraken, in addition to Whispers of the Old Gods, One Night in Karazhan, and the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, um, players are allowed to use cards from Naxxramas, the Naxxramas adventure. In the Year of the Mammoth, in addition to Ungoro, Frozen Throne, and Kobolds, players are allowed to use Blackrock Mountain. And for the Year of the Raven challenge, since we only have 2 sets so far, Witchwood and Boomsday, players are allowed to use the League of Explorers and the Grand Tournament as the cards available for their decks. So each player is bringing 3 classes. Each player is bringing one deck from each of those sets. And as an optional challenge, players were given the opportunity to add 1 or 2 weaponized pinatas to their decks. We'll see if anybody actually did that. No special points apart from love in our hearts for players who do that.
So,
I think that
spoiler alert: when in my match, I am bringing one pinata. So
nice.
there's at least one in this series.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So let's see. So I guess we'll transition into talking about the decks that our players have brought. So tonight we've got Danny Donuts versus Eon. Danny is bringing Hunter, Rogue, and Mage. Danny's Hunter deck is from the Year of the Kraken, and he's got some fun shenanigans in here. A bunch of secrets, everybody's favorite 4 mana cheat Barnes, and a whole bunch of minions that do fun stuff, even if they come out as 1/1s. His Year of the Mammoth deck is a Mage deck, and we might see an infinite combo if it works for him. And his Year of the Raven deck is an odd rogue with a lot of very spicy pirate flavor from older sets. For Eon, let me double check here. So let's see, Eon's gadgets, and so his Year of the Kraken deck is his Mage deck, and much like Danny, he's got a bunch of secrets here, and he's may have a visit, we hope, from everyone's favorite old god, Yogg-Saron. Then his Year of the Mammoth deck is his Druid deck, and here we see a bunch of big things that may be getting eaten by cubes that may be being brought back by everyone's favorite 3/7 beast. And then, like Danny, Eon has brought an odd rogue for his Year of the Raven deck, and it's got a little different flavor from Danny. So if these decks go head to head, it should be a fun time. All right, so those are the players' decks. And if there's no further ado, I think we can give them a heads up to start play. What do you say?
Yeah. Can you? Are you able to cue them in so I don't take
Will
away our
do.
faces here?
All right. I have given them the high sign.
Okay.
I guess I could have given them a warning, a 2-minute warning.
Yeah. No,
Live and
it's all
learn.
good. It's all good. It's hard to time these things out, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. This is I love the deck building challenges. It's the creative in me loves seeing what people are capable of doing and you know what they're you know just out of the normal regular decks that you're going to see on the ladder all the time. It's fun to challenge your mind as well, you know, with creativity as well as mathematically and competitively.
All right. Looks like the delay on the stream is not as long as we thought. But let's see what happens.
Okay, let's see. So it looks like Danny's almost a full mulligan. He kept the Shady Dealer. Not a great starting hand for him. He does have the Henge Clan Thug in there. So that's solid. As far as Eon goes, Eon's bringing his Mage. Sort of a kind of a burn variety. That's the Yogg Saron Mage, correct? It's not spoilers, but
That's correct.
yeah.
Yeah, and Danny's a little sad. He's got a almost a dozen 1-drops in his hand. He didn't draw any, but hey, the Buccaneer shows up.
There you go. That'll get him started at least. Just
Yeah,
one
it'll be
turn too
curious.
late.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see here if Danny brings out the Henge Clan. That wouldn't be unreasonable, right? If he brings it out and attacks with his dagger, it'll go to 4/4, and then the following turn he can do Buccaneer and re-dagger and just keep the Thug getting bigger.
Yeah, it's because Kirin Tor does
Second
counter
hand.
it completely. So he may choose to go with maybe the pirate package instead. I love the double. Oh, there we go. So that'll clear out the Kirin Tor mage with the weapon, and then it can reset up for the Henge Clan the next turn.
Yeah. Double Thug, double Shady Dealer.
Yeah, the difficult decision becomes, you know, do you choose the left thug or the right thug? Which one's going to do the work for you? Gotta eyeball them, you know.
And no surprise, not letting that Buccaneer live. But
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Frostboat's going to slow down the Henge Clan Thug development, that's for sure.
Yes, for sure.
But he's going to put it out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna trade out the Eon's probably gonna trade out the Sorcerer's Apprentice with it, and that's a solid trade. I mean,
Yeah, especially with unexpected results. Giving
unexpected
him a
results.
Pogo
Oh, Pogo
Hopper.
Hopper.
He goes face. He goes face.
Unfortunately, there's no way that I could see for Eon to pull that Pogo Hopper back.
No, I know.
So did not trade.
Take that out.
Yeah.
Make both thugs bigger.
Yeah, I'm surprised Eon didn't trade on that play there with the thug, but especially only having a few cards in hand.
Did Danny forget to attack with his thug?
No, he killed the Sorcerer's Apprentice, I think. Wait, no, he didn't.
Well, he did that with
no,
his
he did
dagger.
with the weapon.
Maybe
he
he
did.
just didn't want to take the damage on the thug. Maybe he's got.
But
some
he
other
would have
things
gone face. Did he forget? I may have missed
Looked
that
like he
too.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot last week too. It happens, you know. Especially when you're down to 10 life already. It's tough, you know.
Yeah. Against a mage,
Yeah.
with a couple of big burn spells, and it could be over quickly.
Right. And I was trying to figure out. Let's see. Yeah, he's still 4 off lethal,
No.
right? Or 5. Yeah. Or
Well,
yeah, 4
if
off
he-
lethal.
Well, with Leroy in hand, he would have lethal, right? Oh, you mean
Eon.
Eon.
Yeah. Eon's just 2 or actually 1 off lethal with the ping.
Oh, and Danny's got lethal now with Leroy and Southsea, I think. 5, 10, 15, 18, 24. Yep. He's got 20.
Outstanding math, sir. Outstanding.
Yeah, after getting...
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that'll do it. So I think that may be why Danny didn't trade at first. He was just wanting to make sure that his thugs had enough health to live for...
But the thug is... Oh, no, it's still enough. Okay, I was like, the thug is silenced, but yeah, it's still enough. That's... Wow.
Yeah, that one didn't grow, but the other one
Yeah.
did.
I mean, that was crazy.
That
Just
was
getting...
brutal. That was fast.
Yeah, I mean, it was fast, and if it had gone one more turn, the opponent would have had... Eon would have had the victory. That was crazy.
Absolutely. Wow.
I need to cast a game where it doesn't go like at a breakneck speed. That would be great.
We just go ahead and tell them to get started to queue up the next one?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. They can go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, two aggressive decks just going at each other like that was just
Yeah.
is really insane. It's just just trying to burn each other down as quickly as they could. And Danny's slow start, you really thought it favored Eon, but
Yeah, with a fistful of 3 drops and the sort of having to make those choices, the but having the double thug was helpful because he could grow both of them at the same time.
right.
Of course, the Spellbreaker made one of them smaller, but it didn't matter with 2 chargers. But the pickup, although yeah, he went he didn't even need the deckhand in that last match.
Well, Eon's
All
definitely
right,
going to slow the
in that
pace a
last
little
turn.
bit with his taunt druid this game.
Yeah, and Danny playing his mage. Also, I think Danny's looking to delay the game until he can get his Exodia combo off. He is running the Emperor and a bunch of fun combo items.
Yeah, I would assume this definitely favors the Exodia mage. I mean, it doesn't matter how many taunts you have when the mage can just go right over them.
So I'm checking the channel. So when I cast the other night, there was a much longer delay, but this is only a matter of moments. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Danny wants to draw a card. Danny gets to draw a card. All right, so Eon picked up Hadronox up there, and he's got some small stuff. Going to play out the game, hoping to get to his ultimate infestation to draw a bigger hand.
He plays the Golem out naked. It's
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
of course, that's the card that, as the Taunt Druid, right? You don't want to see. You don't ever want to draw, right? You want to summons it.
Right. Correct. I'm thinking he probably is gonna, oh no, he doesn't want Spectres for sure.
No, not in this
The
deck.
Forgotten Torch is probably his choice here, just to
Yeah.
limit the damage.
Although, knowing that seeing the taunt minions that Eon is playing, he may want to go with the Mirror Entity, hoping to pick up a copy of some other taunt to hold off Eon's forces.
That's true. That's true.
Danny's taking his time thinking about this one,
Yeah.
and he goes with
Mirror.
Mirror Entity.
Wait.
Okay.
So the Doomsayer will clear, I believe. Well, let's see. He's got the
No.
Jasper Spellstone. He's going to choose to use it here.
Yeah. But it
and
will
the-
keep, at the very least, it's a turn that Eon's not attacking Danny. Well, or at least not entirely attacking Danny. Chooses
Right.
to cycle the card, yeah. I think that
He's going to leave it. Okay. He
He's
just
leave
went
it
to
up.
cycle.
Interesting.
I
he
don't
didn't
understand the
have-
choice of the Spellstone there, though. Am I
Yeah.
not
He
sure
didn't have
about
enough
that.
armor to activate the
Right.
golem,
Yeah.
so he could have killed the. I think, yeah, he had enough mana with the Spellstone and the Wrath for the 3 damages that a cycle plus his hero power. He could have killed.
Yeah, he could have taken out the Doomsayer with the right if he did chosen the 3 damage. Maybe he had a change of thought mid play. I mean, I've done that before certainly. He realizes. I mean, they come back anyway. It's not really that big of a deal for Eon to actually lose them. He's got his Naturalize and Hadronox in hand. It's only a matter of time. That being said, it's again only a matter of time for Danny if to get his he just has to keep from dying, which is fairly easy with the hand that he has.
Yep.
I think this game certainly favors him. He's also got the Polymorph for the Hadronox when it does come down. Although I'm assuming Eon's just going to do it on one turn. He's just going to
Not give him the
not
chance.
even give him the chance. But you never know what happens.
Right.
Even on a resummon, he's still got the Polymorph for that as well. So. I think Eon's probably just going to clear this with the hero power and go face with the two spiders. Probably play another the Tar Creeper out as well.
Trying to figure out what secrets Danny has to play
Yep.
around. Yeah,
Mirror.
and there we go. That gives Danny a taunt.
Yeah. he's gonna clear that with a wrath.
Continues cycling because his hero power will do a lot of damage
yeah.
to that.
And it's tempting for Danny to probably use a meteor at some point. I mean, there's not a lot of pressure on him right now, but he also at some point he's got to clear out his hand,
Right.
or he's going to start burning cards. Frozen clone for sure. Yeah. Get yourself
Although you got
another
to be
taunt.
careful about that because otherwise,
Yeah.
next creature that goes down will take up 2 card slots and could potentially overdraw him.
Because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah,
Currently
he's
got a
got full command right now. Okay. So he's got to throw his coin out there just to free up some room.
Now, if Ian does play a minion here, oh no, he just got rid of it. Okay. I thought he was maybe going to play that secret, but no, he did not.
Yeah, these taunt druids are so frustrating to play against. Oh wow, that's an interesting tech choice.
There's a pull that Ian probably was hoping not to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the card you definitely want the battle cry for.
Yeah.
Although against a mage, you don't have to worry about a wall of 1/5s on the other side.
Yeah, but I think he's probably he's using it for attack, right? Is that to flip his big boys around.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that would help him.
Because that would become a 5-3 and a 2-1, but yeah. I wonder if Danny's considering a flame strike here. Flame strike. Oh no, well he doesn't have enough for the ping because he did throw the coin out last turn. Maybe Blizzard's more apropos. Blizzard ping, just to clear up some room.
Yeah.
On the board. Yeah, just keep the damage off. Again, not a huge threat against him. This is definitely a completely different pace from the last game. We've gone from breakneck to glacial.
And I think the previous decks could have played 3 games in the time we played this one.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, just a ping.
Yeah.
No, he's setting up for a bigger clear next turn.
Yeah, he's setting up for flame strike.
Okay.
Because he probably wants to get the value out of his AOE as well. I mean, just clearing these the 5 damage that's coming at him, it doesn't really help him out. Now that there's going to be a 5/5 on the board, he can get more value out of a flame strike.
Indeed.
And the 5/5 is equal to the threat of the rest of the minions. So it's 10 damage coming at your face.
And yeah, now he's got enough mana to clear the whole thing.
Yep. To the full clear. So does Eon Hadronox this turn? He hasn't really seen any of his big minions yet. Is that a Lich King, I think, hidden there, the 3rd card maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so he might want to play that up first, or definitely wants to play that up first so he can resummon that. Because otherwise, he's gonna nickel and dime Danny down, which isn't ideal. It'll get you there, but again, he's I think at this point he's probably realizes he's facing Exodia.
Yeah, Danny's definitely hoping that he's gonna find Thorson sometime soon. But fortunately for Danny, less so for Eon, Danny is holding a ton of stall. Of course, what could happen here, right? Hadronox Naturalize is going to overdraw Danny. So
that is true as well. Good call.
There's roughly a 10% chance that it's roughly I was going to overdraw 2.
This might be Eon's out here. Yeah.
If this burns Thorson, Danny could be in trouble. Oh, there's Antonidas.
Wow. Yeah, that is a bummer.
Bummer for Danny.
Yep.
All right. So now we are tied at 1 game apiece.
That was insane. Again, I mean, there's no way Eon knows that Antonidas is getting burned on that next card. Sometimes you just get lucky, and that's RNG of Hearthstone. It's so frustrating. It's amazing at times. But yeah, that does stink for Danny because that matchup definitely favored him completely.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, the burn and then taking getting the Hadronox in his hand and filling it up even more. That was just terrible for Danny.
All right. Let's see. And should we just tell them to go ahead with the next game?
Yeah, yeah. I think we're all set.
Okay.
So, what are we gonna see in this game? We're gonna see we're gonna see the see, Eon still has his odd rogue available. That's probably his choice. Yep. And then we see the Hunter from Danny. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't go back to the Exodia Mage. But yeah, but of course with an Exodia Mage, if he figures Eon's gonna play the Rogue next, that's probably not a favorable matchup. Yeah, he would get wrecked. Yeah. So it's a good call on Danny. No Patches. Where's Patches?
Well, Patches is coming out next. Except he's not in the deck.
Nope. This isn't a standard list though, is it? It is a wild list, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Let me double check.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it.
He may be playing all standard cards as it happens.
Right. Because with the Raven one, that's real easy to do because it's the most current. So.
Yeah, but you can use TGT and League of Explorers.
Yeah.
Which, as we saw in Danny's deck, Danny made great use of.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And all right, so Eon chooses to get rid of the Mad Scientist and just bring a secret out. Mad Scientist, one of the best cards in that arena.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well.
Yeah. Okay, Proxy Freaking Trap. Not a big deal.
Yeah. Thinking about whether to take out the wolf or just go face.
Yeah, he doesn't really have an answer for the wolf if he does, so it's probably just best off going face. And maybe he can set up the Joey to buff the Joey. Or even he's gonna have to trade it out and then take it out with the weapon. Trade out the wolf with the weapon. And Danny goes wide with the triple beast action.
Yeah, and that's gonna give him a little refill when they die.
Yeah.
Give him some extra beasts.
He's in a good spot going wide on a rogue like that.
Yep. Double and his hand is ready to dish out a ton of burst.
Yeah. Let's see the S. Yeah, I could probably play the SI just to counter the board, but he's gonna go with the deadly poison SI to clear one of the spiders.
Well, those could have been some more exciting beasts.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Megasaur's not horrible. It's at least, what is it, a 5/4? I mean, it's a sizable body for sure.
True. Definitely good vanilla stats.
Yeah, and if anything, the gorilla is a cheap proc for your kill command. You can look at the you gotta find your silver lining somewhere when you get bad cards.
Especially when Giggles comes up and kicks you in the knee.
Yep. Yeah, if it wasn't for Psychomelon, Giggles would be the scourge of the Wild Hearthstone scene right now.
Yep. I think that was one of those rare cases where Denny would have preferred to see Misha.
Yeah, I kind of I was gonna say I kind of like him buffing the Annoytron here with Cold Blood. I think it's a great play because it's so hard to remove. Yeah.
Yeah, with the shield still on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a sticky minion, and it just it creates all kinds of problems. And the oh, he's not gonna trade the giggling into the huffer. That's interesting.
Well, unless Danny's got something up his sleeve for the Annoyertron, he's gonna have to give it away. Although, if he had taken out Huffer with Giggles, then that 5-2 would at least still have a shield even after. Oh no, he puts up his own taunt and decides to hold back.
And Freezing Trap's not going to do
four
much.
Toughness, with that 4 toughness, basically the entirety of Eon's board has to. No, I'm totally wrong about that.
What's that? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Oh, I was going to say that he'd have to basically throw the entire board. Oh no.
Yeah, no, that's
unfortunate.
That's what I was wondering if the putting the giggling back. So it's 7 mana, but it's still value, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
7 mana well spent.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see an out for Danny here at this point.
No.
There's some bad kill commands.
He killed himself.
He did. The honorable death. Yes, the honorable death. So, oh no, I forgot to mark the things. I'm sorry. I'm gonna change that so we know Eon is up 2-1 right now.
2-1. Yep,
yes.
He wins with the hunter.
Yep.
So that leaves.
Sorry about that, folks. I harp on everyone to do this. And
sorry, he wins with the rogue.
Yes.
What am I saying? So yeah, Ian wins with rogue. So Danny still has hunter and mage left.
Let me make that adjustment real quick.
Okay. We'll go ahead and wait until you do that before I give them the high sign.
Sure.
So now we've seen both odd rogues come out and just quickly demolish their opponents.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, those are definitely the two strongest decks that I feel that were brought. Exodia Mages is another really good one.
But now we won't see them again since they both won. All right, so we are now looking at Hunter and Mage versus Druid.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and cue them in. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'll do the checks during the game. It's fine.
Okay. Hunter versus Mage. Oh, I said that Eon had his Druid left. I was wrong.
Yeah, Eon still got... Yeah, Eon won with the Druid because the Druid overdrew the Mage. Yep.
Okay. So I think Danny's going for a fast win here.
Hello.
Hoping to bring it, make it Mage to Mage. And he's definitely got an aggressive curve.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, he set up pretty well with it. It's interesting you went back to the Hunter. I like this Hunter deck, but I'm a big fan of Death Rattle. I'm interested to see. I really want to see Yogg come out. I'm not sure what I wonder what Eon's thinking here. I mean, does a coin ping? A coin ping it's not great, but I think it's better than taking to the face. Yeah. That's he's gonna go with here.
1 to the face instead of 2.
0 to the face instead of 2.
Well, the fire bat dies and does 1 damage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep. Sorry, it's been a while. I forgot about the fire bat. Yeah. Gives you a little spit at the end there. I forgot about that. Just answering. Building is Yogg.
There you go.
For the great Yogg finish. There's been some talk, and I really would love to see them unnerf Yogg. I mean, the precedent was set with the Molten Giant. I don't see why they can't do it. He's only in Wild. It doesn't affect tournament play anymore. I mean, it would affect our tournament, but you know, we're just a community tournament. It's you know, it's not the end of the world. Um, I mean, yeah, I guess if they maybe you know maybe that's their thought is maybe they're gonna take Wild a little bit more seriously and actually, you know, give us more than one tournament a year, and maybe they won't unnerf Yogg for that reason. We can hope, I suppose, right?
Right. He is everybody's favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
Except when he's coming down on the other side of the
Yeah. I do like Test Greymane is a close second in regards to that. Like I actually stole, I can't remember how it happened, but Test Greymane ended up getting stolen from my opponent once and started casting the spells for or the cards for me. That was pretty awesome. So right now, yeah. So the mirror entity on the fiery bat is a solid
Danny
trade for
chooses to
Danny.
go face instead of taking down the valet.
Yeah.
Valet having already. Oh, very nice. That'll be 1 damage, 2. Dang.
Yeah, Danny's in a good spot here. He's well.
He is, yeah.
I mean, he's running low on cards, which is not good. But you know, he's done his aggressive work. He needs to start drawing some mid range right now. And that counter spell might end up stopping a kill command, and it might keep Eon alive later down the road. So that's a solid play.
Yeah. And of course, a very cheap Crystal Runner.
Yep. So the pressure's back on. Oh, the nice top deck of the Freezing Trap, but it's counterspelled.
And Danny's just going face. He's got to get.
We are
through that last
full face race mode, people. Back to the fast game again.
And he picks up a Stubborn Gastropod off the unexpected results. That's going to slow Danny down. Although
yeah, the hounds will clear, the dogs will clear it. So it's
true, especially now that the counter spell's taken care of.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I were in Danny's shoes, I'd be tempted to Loatheb here.
Right. He's probably counting to see what lethal could be. You know.
Yeah. No, but he's going to hounds. I would Loatheb to, well, if I were me, but of course I'm not a high legend finisher.
Yet, don't sell yourself short, sir.
Fair enough.
And again, going face.
But of course, he's frozen, so he couldn't go. He couldn't take down the Gastropod.
Yes.
Oh well.
Oh, with the weapon, correct? Yes. Yeah, I think Danny's gonna win the face race here because it's. Yep. And
Eon realizes he's got it, and he fireballs himself. So they're taking turns using their lethal spells on themselves, and that brings us to a 2-2 status. And going into the final round, it's Mage versus Mage.
It was such a fast game, I never got to update my check marks last time.
All right.
You gotta get on me, chat. You gotta get on me. You can't let me slack.
Yeah, no one's chatting. Everybody's just too engrossed watching the games.
Yeah, we do appreciate everyone coming out to watch the games tonight.
Absolutely.
These are two great players. Just absolutely. You know, and they set just a great example for Wild and Danny. You know, on Well Met, just you know, like repping us very well.
All right, it's down to the final game.
Yep, going to 5.
Mage versus Mage. Jaina versus Medivh. Will Yogg put in an appearance? Will the Emperor?
We need our Yogg. Yes, we need our Yogg.
Both decks with the opportunity for a crazy finish. Danny is considering his opening hand, and did they both keep their entire hand?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I was adding checks.
No. Oh. And Eon with an opening Mana Worm. It's going to dish out some damage.
So just looking at a glance, I like Danny's hand a lot. He's got some big pieces there. don't know. Well, the polymorph could get some solid damage against like a crystal runner, which
Interesting.
just popped into Eon's hand as well.
Yeah.
So
Interesting choice putting out the apprentice, but at least it gets the mana worm off
trades
the
out
table.
well, yeah. And with the molten reflection, you'll find more. You know, there'll be that.
Right.
It's amazing how many times you can kill one of those pieces with combo decks, and they still find more because they're built
Right.
to almost overdo it. You know, when they can. So the counter spell, which I think I think Danny's probably going to want to. I wonder if he'll play an AI into it, because you got to be careful with the Artificer. You don't want to give that mage any kind of a chance to gain any armor in this situation,
Right.
especially with a burn build.
And I'm sure Danny's thinking, how to test for what secret that is over there.
Yeah, it's very. I would probably as gross as it feels. AI is probably the play here. I wouldn't want to give up my ice block against a burn mage.
Yeah, even though it's
I
an extra.
I saw
right?
him reaching for it. Oh, I saw him reaching for it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Danny
Well, at
plays
least
with
he's got
no
two more in
fear.
the deck.
Yes. So.
Oh, and Eon with the heavy pressure early. Board full of big guys. Book. Or maybe not.
No. Yeah, it took up. The Crystal Runner gets sheeped, as expected. Oh, and Eon's going full board here, putting the full pressure on. Danny can't freeze them out for a turn at least, and Artificer to gain life.
We're early enough in the game.
Yep.
Oh.
Not a big deal, because again, with only one card in Eon's hand, it's not going to gain that much life. Danny just drew the blizzard.
The perfect card.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if Danny's deck does its work, the extra armor's not really going to matter that much.
Right. Oh, the double blizzard! This is so gross.
Especially with Eon's now empty his hand, he went all in big board. Now he could Spellbreaker his own guy here just to get in 4 damage.
And he does that.
Danny's life total is precariously low.
Yeah, I think Eon's still in a good position, especially in freezing it. Oh, okay. So we got. Oh, he can't play freeze and Doomsayer, so he's gonna draw. Try to find. Yeah, he wants to find something. Oh, there's an Ice Lance. That could be. Yeah, that's definitely playable here.
Yeah.
Ping, Ice Lance. So now you can't.
Or Breath. No, Breath of Syndragosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll also freeze it.
Yeah. But he's just up all his mana. I can't.
Now it's top deck war. Oh, that'll be.
So he'll play the Doomsayer into the Polymorph, because if it is like a mirror or something, it'll he wants it to duplicate.
Right.
And he can just ping it off anyway. He can ping off the Spellbreaker.
He doesn't care about giving Eon.
So now he knows. So he's got his second ice block. This gives him some life. It gives him a second chance here.
Yeah. Well, remember he's still got one in the deck. That first one came off a Primordial Glyph.
Yep.
So now he's just hoping to hold on. So what would you do here, Wildcard? Ping and take the 3?
It's tempting with the ice block up to be a little greedy. I don't hate Blizzard in this situation, especially with the fact that Eon's top decking here. Thorson feels greedy. It doesn't seem necessary. I think he probably just blizzards and pings.
Because if Eon top decks a fireball, that takes Thorson off the table, right?
Yeah.
He needs Thorson ticks on several combo pieces for that to work.
Right. Yeah, he needs to save Thorson for later.
Rod Johnson calling us slackers. Oh, he's calling someone slackers over chat.
It could. Rod could just be generally mad at the game or something. I'm not sure. He just throwing it out to whomever. Yes, we are all slackers. They were all slackers.
That's why we spend so much time playing the game, right?
Yep.
Well, I don't know if that makes us slackers. So So,
Makes me a
well,
slacker. Oh, the polymorph.
Danny decides to polymorph.
That's
Okay.
very interesting. Okay.
He, doesn't want that 3 to the face. He wants that
right.
his protection
It's
to last as long as possible.
yeah, it's a fair play because he's got Meteor for anything else, like if he pulls another Crystal Rudder or whatnot.
And at this point, Eon's just going to throw everything he draws at Danny's face.
Yeah. Okay, so Thorson's probably gonna live for a while. So this, unless he,
unless Eon top decks, a fireball or something else that can do 5 damage.
yeah, he gets some nice ticks off here. Mirror Entity coming one turn too late. So
I wonder if Danny's going to worry about Vaporize or that. Nope.
No, it's going in.
Yeah. So this could be. I think this could spell the end of Eon. Even if nothing else, 5 to the face every turn is going to do it. Because now it's a Wraith.
Right, and he'll probably throw the freeze into that to test. Sorcerer's Apprentice will get copied. So I mean, he's got so much. He's got so many ticks on that. He could test for both here and clear it.
So Danny does have his ice block up, but he's got to get rid of Eon before even just like 1 damage per turn.
Right. He just wants to make sure this doesn't get polymorphed or something happens to it. And if it does, he's got the Molten Reflection for it. He's got an answer basically. That's why he copied it first. Because otherwise, if he loses that, he's got virtually no chance to win or to combo out.
And I think Rod says he was calling the folks in chat slackers because no one was talking.
No one say anything but Rod.
Yeah.
They're probably scared of you, Rod. That you probably scared them all off.
All right, so now Eon with a choice here.
Yeah, you gotta Firelance Thorson just to take down the damage a bit. Yeah.
Well, I suppose. I mean, in his position, I'd probably be assuming, that it's an ice block on the other side, but I'd be tempted to throw the Firelands portal over there just in case Danny was faking.
Right. And quite honestly, you're not worried necessarily about Danny pulling off the combo because there's only like 2 cards, now he'll have 1 card in his hand. Oh, he's not gonna play the Meteor. Oh, he's gonna play the Meteor.
Yeah. Well, he can't take that forward.
So there's clearly no combo there. It's just him against the apprentices.
Yeah.
Not the ideal way for Danny to try to win, but they've got what they got to work. Oh, and a great AI here. Yeah.
Yeah, perfectly timed. All right, Danny gets a little extra
He'll
insurance.
he'll probably ping his own Loot Hoarder just to shuffle. Or no, he's gonna go face with just to try to get the damage. Because that's true. Lethal is he's got him set up for lethal next turn. So
yeah,
that would just be a greedy play.
He's hoping for a random ice block. So I think Eon's gonna have to take out an apprentice here just to avoid lethal next turn, and ping the Loot Hoarder. Although I guess he could just ping the Loot Hoarder. Okay. Yeah. Minimize that damage coming in.
Oh, there's the Antonidas. But he's got nothing to proc the Antonidas with. Except, well, he just opted to be here.
Yeah,
at this point, Antonidas isn't a bad, just big body to threaten lethal.
Yeah.
So
tempo 5 damage on the board.
Exactly. It is your win condition, but at this point, he's down to 4. It's not, it's not an Exodia anymore. It's sort of lost its flavor. Where's our Yogg? Where is our Yogg?
I know, right?
Uh-oh. He can break block here.
It could. That could.
But he's going to go with the Shifting Scroll into the Greater Arcane Missiles. Interesting.
Well, that could also break block.
It could. He's got to okay, so the Fireball.
Yeah. Well, now this is a scrap. Two mages down to just a few points of health each.
Well, this should do it, right? Because he's going to Antonidas it to Ice Block again, and Danny's got it. Danny's going to take this. And the fireball ping can't help Eon because the
But he breaks the ice block
breaks the
just to
ice
force
block.
the issue.
Yeah, because he
Just
didn't
because,
know. You have to know for sure.
yeah,
But
and he
yeah,
doesn't know Danny has direct damage.
no, he does. Yeah, because he got the and a little
Oh,
bit of
there's a
BM
little
at
bit
the
of
end.
BM at the end. +3, -6. And Danny wins with 1 health remaining in the knockdown, drag out scrap of the ages. Mage versus Mage. Medivh comes out on top. That was an awesome game.
Yeah, that was a very good game, very tight game. Danny did it, unconventionally for the Exodia Mage,
Yeah.
but he took care of business, getting a couple of timely top decks, but and getting the extra ice block certainly helped to win him the game.
Do you want to see if you can get them into
Yeah.
the phone call?
Yeah, let me set that up real quick.
Yeah, and I think that's a great example of how deck will have a primary mission, right? That deck, the whole the ideal solution is Exodia ticks on a few things, and you get out your infinite combo. But Danny realized it wasn't going to happen that way, and he sort of used his resources in a creative way and found a different way to win the game, and that was awesome.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to add Danny into our call.
Okay.
Eon's got to head out. So I wished him good game.
Rod is saying in chat that he scares most people. I don't know about that. Eon's gonna go enjoy a little Kentucky Fried Chicken, apparently. Good on him. Hey, KFC's tasty stuff. Can't deny that.
Can't I add Danny? That's weird. Sorry. It's not giving me an option to add him. And I know he's a friend. Let me see if I can do a call from our...
I think you have to add him to the call you and I are on.
Yeah, I think... Yeah. Well, no, I was just going to try to... That's what I was trying to do, and it wouldn't give him as an option, which is weird. Sorry, folks, with the technical difficulties.
In the meantime, I suppose I could think of some clever things to say. If I were Saucy Mailman or Rod Johnston, I'm sure I'd be filling the dead air even now.
They're good guys. They're good guys. Rod can help us fill the dead air in chat, can't he?
Right?
Yeah.
We could get him on the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny's got to... Let's see if I can add him through...
Okay.
Let's see if I could just hit call on Danny. I may be dropping you. Hey, Danny, are you there? Okay. So Danny's... Can you hear me, Roger?
Hello?
Danny, hey. Give me a second. I'm going to add Wizard back into this call. It wasn't letting me take you... it wasn't letting me add you to the call for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. So I'm going to see if I can add Wizard back in here. Okay, here we go.
Hey, guys.
Hey, we all here?
Hello, hello.
There we go.
Hey, Danny.
Good old Discord.
Man, that was a fun one.
Oh. Yeah,
that final game was crazy.
Yeah, very unconventional way for Exodia Mage to win, sir.
Yeah, sometimes the combo breaks down and you gotta go and chip them away. At one point, I had, like 4 removal spells in Emperor Thorson. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna have enough time to get all my stuff, so I have to pressure him down. And, like, I ran him out of resources, he went in on the board really early, and I had that blizzard, so that helped me out a lot.
Yeah, Eon had to go, so it's just you and us right now. But I do want to ask you. So, you played Ice Block to test for Counterspell. I mean, it was an extra Ice Block, but was there any concern when you did that, like that you wouldn't have, especially facing a deck that's burning you down? I would be afraid to make that play. Let's put it that way.
So, I think that the other card that I knew that it was all. I think I had it down to it being Counterspell at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But because he wouldn't have played Mirror Entity into that. But the big thing was that I realized that my draw and getting ahead in card advantage was going to be what won me the game. So I didn't want to burn the Arcane Intellect. I'm like, it seems like it's gonna like I felt that the Ice Block I got was off of Glyph, so it's like it's a card that I can play and not be concerned because I had 2 Ice Blocks in my deck, so I was fine surviving to the end. I just really wanted to draw. I wanted to get ahead in card advantage, and I mean that's what happened in the game, right? That's what I think that probably won me the game.
Yeah,
because I was able to clear his threats and be able to just hit him with Emperor Thaurissan 3 or 4 times in the face.
Yeah, I think you top decked the Blizzard just when you needed it because he, as you said, he had just gone all in on his board presence and put everything out there.
So I actually had 2 Blizzards. I had one the turn before he went all in, and then I top decked the second one, and I played the second one just so that in case he got a little bit salty on, oh my god, he top decked that card.
Right.
But I did set up for that Blizzard.
I was going to ask. So, if you'd actually, I don't know if you knew this, but if you'd actually kept that game going a little bit longer, we may have seen Yogg. How do you feel about that?
Oh, no way.
Yes, way.
I was trying to think of a way to do that, right? Because this was probably one of the harder deck building challenges because you have all 9 classes at your disposal, and then I'm just looking through all the cards and like, if I build a spell heavy deck for the Year of the Kraken, I'm totally putting Yogg in the deck, but I decided to go hunter based. But I was it's nice to know that he was playing Yogg. Unfortunate we didn't get to see it though.
Right. But week 6 we've got that our deck challenges are one deck is almost all spells, so that I bet we're going to see a lot of Yogg that week. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that should be fun.
What do you think about them? I was talking to Wizard earlier in one of your matches about like the unnerfing of Yogg. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, Wild gets like one actual competitive game or tournament a year that's sanctioned by Blizzard. Is that enough to still keep Yogg nerfed, or should they unnerf him at this point?
I mean, at this point, Yogg's not even top of the power curve, right? He was good as a board clear in certain druids during standard rotations, because all druid had was there were just so many like board clear spells at that time, and like it influenced certain like high matches. But at this point, with the number of spells in the pool, and then having just better options in general, because of like Yogg's not a completely clear the board thing, and like I think that by the time you play Yogg, like if you get to turn 10 with any deck, you better be winning the game, not just clearing the board. Right. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with reverting it back.
Okay, let's start it. Let's start the movement now.
We'll get a hashtag.
Yeah,
save Yogg.
Exactly. Let's start the hashtag on Twitter. I want our hashtag for Nerf Naga seemed to work, so why not? Let's unnerf #unnerf Yogg. Let's make it happen.
There you
All
go.
we need to do is take out a Reddit ad and we're good to go.
Exactly. That's right. I forgot about that.
Was it $8 a day? I will pay for this ad until Yogg is on there.
Let's have it to the Wild Fund it. We'll some of my my executive producer proceeds can go towards that. So
we can make that a Patreon.
Yeah,
a Patreon.
A Patreon goal. Yeah. Cool. Do you have any other thoughts, Wizard? Any questions for him?
No, just I was amazed at how brutally fast that opening game was.
Rogue is crazy. Like just being able to play Hench Clan Thug and the Baku hero power, that's crazy. I may have. I'm a bit tired right now, so I did misplay completely horribly during that game and didn't attack with my Hedge Clan Thug.
We both
Like,
weren't sure about that because we were like, did he forget? And we thought, well,
yeah,
he's
no, I
yeah,
forgot. I
okay,
played a little bit too quickly on that because I
yeah.
would have just went face. I was lucky I drew the deckhand on that game. It came down to the deckhand. If I didn't have the deckhand, I probably lost.
Yeah, that was and it what's was amazing is like for me I was so focused on how he hit how low he had you. I mean, Wizard caught it that he did the math on it that you had that lethal like hit, almost come out of nowhere like it just built up and built up and built up and it was just boom, he was done. I mean, it was like one more turn and he would have had you. It was crazy.
Yeah. And it must have been rough to like with the opening, right? You had a fistful of 3 drops in a deck that has a dozen 1 drops. Now, granted, a couple of those 1 drops are spells, but you had like 8 1 drop minions that you could have played. And after the mulligan to have none of them, but nonetheless, you daggered up and then brought out the Buccaneer later to make your dagger bigger to take out the mage on the other side, the Kirin Tor mage, and then you just sort of went from there. Having
Yeah,
double
when I
deck.
built this deck, I thought that I put too few 1 drops in. I just couldn't find anything that I really wanted to play. And I mean, like, I'm even playing like a Crystallizer as a Dire Mole in the deck. Like, it's just a 1/3. I think I could have cut the Bling Foxes and put in 1 drops, and that probably would have been a little bit better. But it didn't matter in this game because I didn't draw any of the Blink Foxes.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got no other questions except just to say thanks again for a fun match. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, congratulations.
Oh yeah, it's always fun playing in these. The deck building restrictions are a lot of fun.
So where can folks find you, Danny?
Well, people can find me personally on Twitter at DannyDonuts_HS, and you can listen to my podcast. It's Well Met, run by BlizzPro.com. You can find us there. You can find us on iTunes. I think we are the 3rd on the iTunes list now. So if you type in Hearthstone on the iTunes store, I believe we're the 3rd one that'll come up. So you can check that out there. I get to talk wild with 2 standard players, or one professional standard player and 1 professional dungeon run player. So
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, I think he's the only one, but it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs, good conversation.
Yeah, your last episode was all. I haven't listened to it yet. I probably listen to it tomorrow. But the last one was all about Wild, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, the other 2 guys weren't able to do the show that week, so I had Slizzle and EK come on.
Okay.
So we had a team 1-trick takeover.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and let me promote that a little bit too. So we have Team 1-trick, and if you guys want to follow us on Twitter, it's at Team 1-trick. So we're always trying to make Wilds a little bit bigger in Hearthstone. So we're trying to attack from the competitive angle with our team, doing some Wild Ladder challenges. We just had the Boomsday Brawl last week. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, congratulations to Frobo for winning that. I mean, he wins all the Wild tournaments that are sponsored by 1-trick. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, sooner or later we're gonna have to do like what the NFL did and name the trophy after him. Like, you know how they did the Lombardi trophy. Lombardi won so many Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I think we might have to name the 1-trick trophy the Frobro trophy.
And then Frobo can just present it to whoever wins it from year after year. He'll just come out and shake some hands, and that'll be his job, his retirement job.
That's awesome.
So yeah, congratulations again, Danny. Wizard, where can folks find you?
So I'm on Twitter at Itinerant Wizard. Also the same on Twitch, twitch.tv/Itinerant Wizard. I haven't streamed in a while, mostly because I went away for work for a long time, but I'm back and gearing up to resume. And I will just say one thing. So Well Met was the first podcast in which I actually heard any Wild content. At the time I had discovered a couple of others, and they were all about standard. And at the time, all my friends were saying, "Oh, stay away from Wild. You don't want to go there. It's craziness, and you don't have the cards." And then I started listening to Well Met, and I started listening. I started getting. I was like, "Oh, this sounds like fun. I want to go try it." And then I did, and I've been there ever since. All right. How about you, Wildcard? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at WildcardHearth, and occasionally on weekends I have my fun meme streams. That's Twitch at WildcardHearthstone. because when your name is Wildcard, there's a lot of wildcards out there. You got to get creative with it. And I've got a couple of highlights from those streams on YouTube at Wildcard. You can find those if you dig hard enough. So yeah, congratulations again, Danny, and thank you, Eon, for some great matches that we had today. I want to thank everyone for coming out to watch this. So take care, everyone. Anything else anyone has to mention before we call it a night?
I would just say thanks for coming out and good night. And remember to follow Into the Wild HS on Twitter and Twitch so you get notifications of the next round.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Definitely. IntoTheWild.com. Yeah. Take care.